Hey everybody, this is Jaime.Phillips with the Jonso Group by EXP here in beautiful Richmond Hill outside Savannah in coastal Georgia. Today, I want to talk to you guys about the quintessential question, to sound a little redundant there. It's almost 2026, and guess what happens in the new year? We all have new resolutions, and one of the most common ones, at least that I hear in my industry, will be: should I rent or should I buy? Okay, so let's talk about that. That's a very important question. If you want to rent, obviously that's going to depend on your situation. Would I recommend to rent? Again, depends on your situation. Like for example, you're a college student, you're just renting a little apartment outside your school, and you're going to be there for 2-3 years, and you're not planning to make that place your resident at all, then yeah, by all means, that makes sense for you to rent. Okay? Now, if you are in your, let's call it your hometown, and you're planning to stay there for the rest of your life per se, or you're gonna be there for the long run, and you're still renting, you're probably doing it wrong, because it'll probably be cheaper for you to buy a house, and the house payment will probably be cheaper than the rent. Not to mention that when you're renting, more likely than not, you are paying somebody else's equity, mortgage. So they're making money off of you as a business. So why, instead of giving up your money away, basically keep it to yourself, meaning go and buy a house. Now, on that question, most realtors, actually pretty much all realtors, we're all gonna tell you the same thing. You need to buy. And why do we say that? Not because we wanna make the sale. We're telling you that because of experience. We do these things ourselves too. We benefit from the work we do, and we see how well it works for other people. Okay? So when you're sitting there saying things like, man, I'm gonna wait till the interest rates go down. Okay? You're still paying somebody else's equity. I'm gonna wait till the home prices go down. Right. I'm gonna give you a quick history lesson here. I bought my first house about 30 years ago, and my interest rate was 9%, and at the time it was considered great interest rate. So just to give you a little perspective where we are today. And the house that I had was a 3-bedroom house, nothing too fancy. It wasn't a new house, but it was only $60,000. So the payments were like nothing. Even in those days, it was actually fairly affordable. Okay, now the reason why I'm bringing out this story is not to bore you or brag about it, telling you that the interest rates are lower now, which they are, but that's not the point. What I'm trying to tell you is, do you think the house that was $60,000 in 30 years ever went down in price? I looked it up the other day. The house is selling for like $500,000 and some change. Okay, so no. The chances of home prices going down, yeah, they do a little bit here and there, but trust me, it's not gonna be like hundreds of thousands of dollars down. Okay, so it's when you play with this is with the interest rate up and down. That's how you deal with this. So you want to buy a house, okay? Whenever you had the opportunity to do it, if you had the money already put aside for closing costs and all that stuff, little 3% on your down, 3.5% down payment and stuff like that, even if it is a conventional loan. In most cases, you don't even have to put 20%. You just need to talk to a lender or a realtor, and we'll explain you the whole thing. But what I'm trying to say here is, don't build your own obstacles. You, in many cases, are all building your own obstacles in order to buy a house. You shouldn't be doing that, okay? So now that you know these things, what do you need to do? Okay, you need to find out more what it takes to get into a house. Don't assume things. Don't just take advice from your neighbor or stuff like that. You need to talk to a professional. You talk to a professional. It's free to start with. It doesn't cost anything. The worst that could happen is that we're gonna call you a zillion times, because that's how we make our money. We're working. That's how this works. But if you don't want to talk to us after you ask the questions, you can always say that. Okay? But if you don't know, then you can't. I made this video so many times, but the new year is coming. It'll be super cool to see you all get into your first house and start a live investment on yourselves. So with that said, you all have a great day, and by all means, have a great holiday and Happy New Year. and I hope to see you soon. Bye.